grew up in Chicago in an Orthodox family. I went to day school, went to Yeshiva High School in Skokie. And that was where I got the foundation of my Torah, my learning. My last course in college was a summer school course, which ended on a Friday. The next Monday I was on the plane to Israel, and I was planning to attend the Mir Yeshiva. Mir Yeshiva was a lot smaller than it is today. Students numbering in the few hundreds, or maybe even less than that, rather than in the many thousands. We were all attracted by the tremendous Torah that was available to us from the Rosh Yeshiva, Reb Chaim Shmulevitz, and Zichrono Livracha, Reb Noam Pertzovitz, Zichrono Livracha.
The relationship with Rabbi Hirshfeld is 40 years old professionally. It's 45 years old personally because we were learning Chavruta for a few years before we then set out to start a yeshiva. I
met Rabbi Karlinsky the first time when he began to learn in the Mir Yeshiva. I had come in 1969, and he joined the Mir Yeshiva a year later.
As Chavrutot, we complemented each other very well in our learning styles, in our thinking, and that served us very well as we opened and then ran a yeshiva.
One of the things that brought us together and guided us, united us in our mission was how to teach Gemara, how to teach other subjects.
We had great role models in the Mir Yeshiva about how everybody has to work together.
Excellent Talmidim of a while ago came in with such long hair that he was sure I was going to throw him out. He was actually hoping that I would throw him out because he really was a little conflicted about whether he wanted to come to Yeshiva. And when we welcomed him and made him feel comfortable, so that was the beginning of a process where ultimately he became a rabbi and is doing very important things.
Hirshfeld certainly made a very significant impact on me, and the teachings that I remember of his I could go on speaking about for a long time.
I say that as a staff member. Rabbi Hirshfeld has a wonderful trait of giving people at the same time guidance and independence.
Rabbi Hirshfeld is someone who I interact with on many levels. In certain ways, a good friend and advisor for me, both in my role here and in my personal life.
We developed a Talmud-Rebbe relationship, and he's a fantastic teacher, and I learned so much in terms of learning Gemara. And I already knew a fair level of Gemara, but he opened a whole new insight on how to learn Gemara for me.
Rabbi Hirshfeld was always a role model, somebody, a Bal Eitzah, somebody that we could go to. Both Rabbi Hirshfeld and his wife, the Rebbitzin, are people who we continue to have this relationship with, that we can call, who are interested in us and my family, have a relationship with our family.
There's a very strong relationship there. I'm not embarrassed to say I would call it love. To this day, many times I will consult with him as a mentor.
Back in 2016, it began to be clear to me that I think the yeshiva needed a stronger dose of energy. That I'd been the head of the yeshiva for 40 years, together with Rabbi Karlinsky, and I was feeling that we needed new initiatives, new programs, perhaps new ideas. We needed a younger person to take over and run that part of the yeshiva, to help the yeshiva move forward and continue its excellence in everything that it has done and meet challenges of this generation. Yet we all are familiar with the halacha that Lashon Hara litoeles becomes mutter. Chafetz Chaim describes this at length.
Rav Hirshfeld is a person of tremendous internal integrity. You can see by the way he gives his shiur. You can see by his interaction. He says it how it is. I'm impressed by his straightness, and that's obviously something that is in his personal life and the way he interacts with the yeshiva.
Very much enjoying working together with Rabbi Schoonmaker, the new Rosh Yeshiva, who is really everything that we hoped for and expected. Successful chinuch requires that the mechanech, the educator, actually respects his students and looks at them as important and people with individual personalities, a lot to offer. And I think that as the pasuk says, "Kemayim panim el panim," when you respect someone else, who return that respect. I want to wish you many years of nachas from children and grandchildren, Ad Me'av Esrim, and many years of being able to help me contribute to the yeshiva, be there for me as you have been for the last 40 years.
Should have a lot of nachas from more teaching, Ad Me'av Esrim. Yeshiva is his life. I will not retire from the yeshiva. He loves teaching, and he's doing more teaching now.
Now that I've started this new position, I sometimes refer to it as all play and no work, because everything I do is really part of what I really enjoy doing the most.